Okay.
Coach Snyder, I know a couple days ago before the game, you mentioned that for the remainder of the season, especially down the stretch, the team needed to be more connected defensively, especially pertaining to on-ball defense. I know you may not have seen the remainder of the game.
I watched, yeah.
Oh, so all right.
I didn't watch.
In that case, what did you see in regards to improvement, maybe things staying the same, and what do you think you can carry for the rest of the season? And secondly, in the play where Trey took a hard screen, you got a double technical, what exactly did you see?
Well, it was Pirtle who had the screen. You said Trey took a hard screen.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I thought we struggled at the beginning of the game offensively. To finish, we started poorly, and when that happens, you put even more pressure, on your transition defense, and it's hard to contain the ball unless you have, you really are urgent to get back and show bodies in space. Otherwise, they're just going to drive. So I think the fast break points, we talked about that here. I think we're 22-9, which, and that we were playing from behind during that point. With respect to the play, it was a foul, and he turned his body. That's an automatic foul. That's the call, and obviously my reaction. You don't react like that typically to any foul. In that case, I saw Trey take a shot to his quad, and I was concerned about his knee, frankly. And then he was on the ground, and I was worried that he was hurt. So I probably deserved the technical, although that was the rationale. I don't know why the second one came as quickly as it did. Typically you get one like that, there's some level of understanding. My player's on the ground and could be hurt. So like I said, my reaction was certainly an emotional one, and that was the reason why. But you see it on the film; it's clearly contact. So feet are wide, which is an illegal screen to begin with, and then body turns, and get a guy that takes a shot in his quad, and looked to me initially like it was his knee. So that was why I reacted. But that wasn't the game. We didn't shoot the ball well. I thought we got back cut a lot, which was a problem. And then there were a couple possessions too that were some daggers, like a Lennox bank shot there at the end. And when the ball isn't going in, even like it was early, I think we started the game 1 for 13. So you're grinding your way back, and I thought we had some really good looks that we missed that could have put us over the top, and that didn't happen. So we need to do more.
For the start of that game, do you kind of see it as a team that hadn't played in 9 days versus a team who played last night?
Yeah, I mean there's you don't want to make excuses for anything. I thought that we didn't. We had to get our rhythm and our timing, but I thought we needed to get back better. There's our thing. We need to keep working to control the things we can. And you don't control the schedule. I mean, you could make the argument that they were on a back-to-back. And so that stuff is out of your hands with the schedule. And we just need to continue to control the things that we can and focus on those and try to be better in those areas.
What things do you try to work on with the guys about not getting beat by those backdoor cuts?
Well, you can't, you have to stay below your man. Like it's you have to have that level of discipline to not. We had some breakdowns where we overhelped. We had some breakdowns where, in that sense, we're out like denying a passing lane. You're susceptible to that. And when the floor is spaced, there isn't any help there at the rim. So that discipline in our defense, and then our urgency in transition.
Coach, one area was the offensive rebounds that stood out to me, and that's been something the Hawks have done consistently well for a while now. What do you think it is that we capitalize on that makes that so big for us and so consistent for us?
Well, it's important. There were a number of them tonight that we were rebounding on our own misses. And when we got fouled, late, Clint got to the line and made some free throws. Early in the game, we didn't convert on some of those, but. Sadiq and Hunt and JJ and Clint, that's a big part of their game, and it's something that they really take ownership of. And, there's certain times it's difficult to go to the offensive boards. You have to know when those opportunities, the probability of you getting the rebound is greater, and that's a tough recognition at times. But you can't. You either got to go or you got to get back, and we get caught in purgatory at times, and when those things happen, it's tough to defend in transition, with an open floor and guys that can have speed and athleticism and getting to the rim. So.
Coach, I know it doesn't come down to like one possession or one play, but at the end of the game there, did it look to you like DeJounte stepped out and maybe you guys could have challenged it?
I couldn't tell, those are always difficult things to, as you said, it's one play. And, again, that's to me, as you said, I'll just reiterate what you said. That's not there are other situations that, we weren't able to execute on or capitalize on.
What did you make of Clint's minutes tonight overall?
It's good to have him back. He played hard. There's always, your conditioning when you haven't played in that long, even if you're working to stay in shape, when you get in a game setting, it just goes up to another level, particularly against a team that tries to push the ball the way they do. But it's, like I said, it's good to have him back, and you see how much he cares and how much he competes.
Coach, with Onyeka out, the team kind of needed that spark, especially at the front court. Bruno seemed to have come off the bench and provided that spark. Mm-hmm. What did you think of his performance?
He's done a good job. As I said with Clint too, he had a couple really good finishes in pick and roll, and we needed him to keep doing that, and just keep performing at that level and keep competing and playing hard. And that's what he's doing. It's good to see. We need that from him.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, you got it.